Hey y'all, this is Skylar with Dancy Ridge Farm. Exciting news is I had a baby. So today I am 12 days postpartum. So we had a sweet little boy. His name is Bo. He's 12 days old. We had a wonderful home birth, water birth. It was our very first one. So Bo is our fourth child. We have 2 girls, 2 boys now. But while I have been, well, even previous to that, previous to having him, I was obviously quite large, and he was a 9-pound baby, and couldn't really physically do a lot of things on the farm, and that's very hard for me. I like to do my part. I have things that I do on the farm, and Ethan has things that he does on the farm, and being pregnant, obviously, there are lots of things that I wasn't physically able to do. Like one thing behind me is during the fall, I do a lot of fall flower starts. So fall planting, and they're just now planted, pretty much the beginning of last week or so of November, beginning of December, finally having all of these plants in the ground, flowers. So I wasn't able to get them in the ground. I physically couldn't do it. And Ethan was so busy with so many other things that it was just something that had to wait, and we're like just hoping for the best, honestly. So he finally got, I started a lot, probably way too much for the season that we're in with a newborn. But Ethan got everything planted, and then it wasn't just planting everything, it was preparing beds, planting, and then taking care of it. And now that it's pretty much winter, it's also covering everything and making sure that like during the day, if it gets too hot, they have to be uncovered, or at least the ends have to be put up so that it can get some airflow through it. And fall planting can be a little tedious in that sense of taking tarps on and off of beds. So he also had to make several more because I planted lots of things. I have a problem with that. So he had to make more, and then he's had to put them all on, and he's just done a lot with the flower stuff. And also had all of my dahlias, so he went and dug all of them up and storing them, and I'll show you some of that. So he has been the flower farmer right now, and just coming and asking me what all needs to be done and what he needs to do to help with that. So this is how we protect all of our fall plants. We need to make more hoops. This is just frost cloth that when we get freezing nights, we'll just put over it. But during the day, it's really important to get it off the plants. But Ethan made all of these kind of basically little small tunnels. Sorry, some of them came off. So you can see the plants in there. I think that's a cousin of Queen Anne's lace. I can't think of the name, but it looks kind of like that. Not Queen Anne's lace. Some kind of wild carrot. So these are pretty decently easy to maneuver when we're taking them off. They're like on a bar. Down here, I'll have to ask Ethan what all of it's made out of. But this is just greenhouse film, maybe 4 mil, 6 mil, something like that. And whenever we're ready to take it off, you can just lift in the middle and put it on top, and then go to the other side and finish pulling it off. So we try to make it pretty easy to take on and off, because if you're having to do it, especially in the South where it's like really back and forth between being cold and being hot during the day, you have to make the job as simple and easy as you can so it doesn't take up so much time and you will actually do it. So that is definitely something that we've learned on the farm, is that you have to streamline some of these things and make it as easy as possible, because there's so many other things that you have to have your hands on, that doing this every morning during these crazy fluctuations of temperature, that you just need to make it as easy as possible so you can get it done and move on to the next thing. So Ethan finished the lean-to on the barn, and this is where all of our firewood will go. We had a neighbor that had a tree fall last year in their yard, and we were able to get firewood from it. Doesn't burn very well, unfortunately. It's still too wet. Like, the tree fell last year, but it wasn't cut up until this year, and it's still really green. So this firewood will be for next year and or the year after that. So we'll probably have to buy firewood this year. Womp womp. But firewood is a really good resource in warming your home, and we're trying to keep that heating bill down as much as possible. So he has all these bays done, and this is the wood that we used from the timber that we cut from these pines, and it's just some pieces ended up not being very good for the other structures that we want to build, like Ethan's shop and the carport and that kind of thing. They were just a little too soft, kind of on their way to rottenness. So we decided, or Ethan decided, to use them for this space. So
What? I just did that. What should I do this?
I love those ducks. We culled all of our roosters except for that white one. I don't think it's a purebred white leghorn. I think it has something else in it too, that we got from a friend. So that one, and then my not Buff Orpington, I can never remember, Buff Brahma. So that's the original rooster that we've had. And out of those 12 roosters that we had in here, we kept this one. So this is really the first time that I've been out since having the baby. So I'm not doing anything besides walking out, and I'm gonna walk right back in and go lay down on the couch for a little bit. But if you know me, you know it's very hard for me to just sit around. So postpartum is a little tough in that sense, because I know I need rest, but also I just want to come see my chickens, you know. Or I haven't seen the pigs in like forever, and I haven't checked on our newest chicks that we got. They're not really much, they're not very small anymore, but we'll be moving them in with our current laying hens probably in the next couple weeks. But I really haven't seen them in a while, and it's just, once you've been in the house and you haven't seen anything, then you come out and you're like, wow, everything's grown so much. How does that happen? But I just needed to get out in the fresh air, and that was good. Now we're gonna go rest. So I wanted to show y'all really quick the layer chicks. I did a video about raising them in the fall. They've done really good. I got 30 chicks. We've had one die. Don't know why, just came out here and it was dead. And that's just kind of, you do your best with chicks, and there's just one reason or another, most of the time you have no idea why. You just have a loss. So 29 out of 30 chicks so far. I will count that as a win. But they got too big for their breeder box. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, over here. So Ethan has done most of this, because obviously I was pregnant and then having a baby and then just being postpartum. So Ethan gradually moved them into, this is our chicken tractor that we use for our meat chickens. So he has moved them into this and just been rotationally moving them on our flower field. And in the next couple weeks, we plan to go ahead and move them in with our original laying hens that are in the back. So really exciting. Whenever you've been in the house for a long time, like I have, pretty much, and then you come out and you see like how much plants have grown or how much chickens or chicks have grown, it's just like, wow, a lot happens over a couple weeks, you know. So they look really good and excited about them. So hopefully we get lots of eggs in the spring. So anyways, that's just a lot of things that I say we, but mostly Ethan has been working on. I'm very thankful and blessed to have a husband like him. He has not only taken care of the farm and doing all of these projects, he has had the big 3 kids with him the whole time, making dinner and just caring for me when I need him and caring for them and just doing all of the things and taking care of everything. I'm just slowly getting back. Obviously 12 days postpartum, I probably should be in the bed right now, which is what I'll go do. I've just been itching to come outside, so I thought a quick little ride around the farm would be acceptable, just to get some sunshine and fresh air. But I've just been slowly getting acclimated to everyday life again, from 3 kids to 4 kids, just a family of 6, and just figuring that out together and what that means for our family and our farm. Slowly getting back to doing homeschool, which we don't do just a whole lot of that right now anyways with Christmas, the month of December. Just getting back to that and doing lots of cuddling on the couch and laying and resting, and also I've been doing a lot of computer work and phone, what things I can do on my phone, because it's a little bit hard for me to just sit around and not do much. But my body needs me to recover and to rest so that I can do the things that I want to do later and get back to being the farm mom that I am. And we're just slowly getting back there, and we're excited for our newest addition, obviously our son. I'm so blessed for his arrival and his life, and we're just building this farm and building our family. So thank y'all for watching, and please like and subscribe, and we really appreciate y'all.